50 Cent exposes Diddy for pimping Justin to celebrities and reveals arrest warrants for other celebrities. Curtis James Jackson III, professionally known as 50 Cent, is an American rapper, actor, and businessman. He was born in South Jamaica, which is in the neighborhood of Queens. Jackson began his music career in 1996, about the same time as Sean Diddy Combs, and has known him for a long while in the industry. His musical career has met with multiple successes in the entertainment industry, and with it, he has won some notable awards too. 50 Cent had a rough life as a kid. His mother, Sabrina, was a drug dealer, and she died when he was 8 years old. After his mother's death, his father left and Jackson was raised by his grandparents. He began boxing at age 11, and by age 12 was selling narcotics when he was supposed to be at after-school programs. He also sold guns and one time was even arrested in school after he was caught by a metal detector. Although he was embarrassed, this didn't stop him from engaging in illegal business, but instead made him open with his family, and over time he was arrested multiple times. 50 Cent's rise in the music and movie industry of America cannot be overlooked. His background as a child from the ghetto made him a formidable force that wasn't to be messed with. This also made him less susceptible to many of the vices that went on in the entertainment industry. He has been vocal about the consumption of alcohol and has said how he's a teetotaler. Despite his early exposure to drugs, 50 Cent insists that he never used drugs, but he only sold them. 50 Cent is also well known for his outspoken drama and feuds with other rappers in the music business, and one of his most famous is with Sean Diddy Combs. 50 Cent has had a long-standing feud with Sean Diddy Combs that began when 50 Cent dissed him in his song The Bomb, a 2006 diss track in which he accuses Combs of having something to do with the 1996 murder of the notorious B.I.G. Some of the song's lyrics include lines like, "Who shot Biggie Smalls? We don't get 'em, they gonna kill us all," and "Man, Puffy knows who hit that N.A." Allegedly points to Diddy, as Puffy was one of Diddy's names, which he had changed in the past. Although Diddy has denied any knowledge of information about the killer, 50 Cent has always allegedly pointed the finger at him, even without proof. They also had issues concerning rival vodka brands, and the back and forth has spanned into years. 50 Cent has claimed that Combs made him feel uncomfortable years back when the rapper told him he'd take him shopping. In 2024, however, their feud came to a head after Combs' house was raided by Department of Homeland Security following a slew of lawsuits alleging that the rapper sexually abused and trafficked men and women, which Combs has denied. For many years, 50 Cent has been very vocal about the kind of things Diddy was involved in and what happened at his parties. Ever since he realized how shady Diddy was, 50 has sought out many ways to expose him and get him to stop. He was largely ignored until recently when more news came to light and Diddy was arrested. In an interview with the Enthusiast podcast with Lincoln Salazar, 50 mentioned how he never went to any of Diddy's parties because he knew, just like every other notable person in the industry, what went on at these parties. He said he didn't ever party or hang out with him. When asked if he thinks Diddy did what they said he did, 50 affirms that he did it, and that he's been heavy on social media talking about it and being vocal about it. 50 also said in the interview that many celebrities don't talk about it because they are guilty. He also announced that his documentary about Combs' alleged abuse case was already in the works at Netflix after getting approved earlier in the year. He defended his right to be vocal about accusations against Combs, claiming he's been doing so for a decade already. Over the years, a lot of Diddy's victims have kept quiet about what they went through because of Diddy's influence in the music industry. Usher, who came under the guardianship of Diddy when he was 13, talked about how Diddy introduced him to sex and certain wild stuff. He was also sent to what was called Puffy-flavored camp as a 14-year-old and replied in a vehement negative when he was asked if he'll ever send his child there. Although he never talked about being sexually assaulted by Diddy, he talked about the wild parties that always went on at Diddy's place, and how there were orgies, and you could never escape it at any point in the house. Due to the significance of the Diddy name, everyone knew that unless he approved, they wouldn't have much of a career in the industry, so no one wanted to be the one to expose what was happening. Justin Bieber in some interviews has dropped hints of things he went through as a child in the industry. He has also talked about protecting Billie Eilish and making sure she doesn't go through what he had to go through when he joined the industry. Old videos which have surfaced with Justin Bieber and Diddy has shown that Diddy was an inappropriate influence on the young teenager and might have introduced him to more than he was willing to say. In one of the videos, Justin is clearly uncomfortable with the interaction he and Diddy was having. Although it looked quite innocent to the eye, the then 17-year-old's body language could be interpreted differently. Diddy in yet another video was telling Justin how he was going to buy him a certain luxury car on his birthday, and it has many people questioning his benevolence. Was it to keep Justin quiet, or was it just an act of kindness? 50 Cent has also spoken about more arrests to be made in relation to the Diddy case soon. He talked about how Diddy couldn't have done what he did alone, and that those who watched him and didn't try to stop him or participated in the act themselves were sure to also fall just as he had done. Some of these speculated culprits are people who have been photographed with Diddy multiple times. Many have openly endorsed him and talked about his parties, which they tagged as fun. These celebrities, without their knowledge, were recorded on hidden camera, doing and participating in all sorts of depravities at these freak-offs organized at Diddy home. He also maintained that he and Diddy had only a working relationship and were never friends. Said he viewed him as a business person who sometimes took credit for the track he didn't necessarily produce. He also said some of his colleagues in the hip-hop industry views his openness on Combs as snitching, but he wasn't shy to share them. In his words, "It's not uncomfortable for me to say what I said because I've been saying this shit for 4 years, 5 years. I've been telling you, I don't fork with him. I don't like the way he moves. This is a little crazy." However, Diddy has denied any feud with 50 Cent despite his comments against him. Combs claimed in a 2018 appearance on the Breakfast Club radio show that 50 loves me. He then went on to jokingly beg 50 Cent to be his friend so that he could share some of his tips for acquiring his wealth. Following the arrest of Combs in September, 50 Cent said in a statement to People that he felt it was important to bring the stories of those allegedly impacted by Combs to the screen. "We remain steadfast in our commitment to give a voice to the voiceless and to present authentic and nuanced perspective," the statement read. While the allegations are disturbing, we urge all to remember that Sean Combs' story is not the full story of hip-hop and its culture. We aim to ensure that individual actions do not overshadow the culture's broader contributions. Justin Bieber, however, has not yet said anything to the public about how he feels concerning Diddy's arrest. Although it is rumored he has been opening up more to his friends, his silence has been very loud about it. Currently, it is reported that he is a happy father who is focusing on his 1-month-old son, Jack, and his wife, Hailey Bieber. With over 100 plaintiffs in the lawsuits filed against Diddy, there would surely be names that are unexpected that will be called to defend. Diddy's case is opening a can of worms in the industry, and there might be more before all is settled.